Nadine.
Claire.
And we are attending here from iExperience, which is a bootcamp based in Cape Town. And we're hoping to find out how AI is going to change the business world in the next few years.
Ernst Herzog. I'm an angel investor, so trying to learn a bit more about AI and what's relevant and how that will affect investment decisions. So yeah, quite excited to learn a bit tonight.
Alex Conway. I'm a stats machine learning master student at UCT and working on a spatial machine learning software.
Hi, my name is Raymond Ellis. I'm a senior data scientist with Data Profit. We're machine learning specialists in Cape Town. And we are here to just see what people have to say about AI.
My name is William Mapham, founder of Buda Mobile. I'm here to see how AI can be applied to health data in the South African context.
My name is Mpendula Ndlovu. I work at Global Kinetic. I'm interested in machine learning, so I came to see how artificial intelligence I can implement it in my work.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm from Jumo World. I'm a decision/data scientist, and I'm here to find out more about what other people in Cape Town are thinking and the kind of research that's going on.
Hi, I'm Aminio. I'm working at Groupon, South Africa. What I hope to learn from this presentation is basically to broaden my view of AI and its effects in the future.
Okay, good evening. My name is Jacques Ludik. I see some familiar faces from the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa, MIIA. I see Sainfree, yep, welcome. And I see a lot of people that I don't know as well, so welcome to everyone. Alex has asked me to give a short introduction to MIIA, Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa. And I was just thinking, I'm going to do that. That's going to be probably 5 minutes. I don't want to talk too much about it, but pretty excited about that. But I want to frame that within a bit of a broader framework, talking about education, entrepreneurship, ecosystem. And the slides will actually show you where I think it fits in. I'm also going to discuss some ideas about smart technology, software COE, that I want to propose to universities as well, which I think it's absolutely critical and needed. But I want to frame this within the, I don't know, who have heard about the fourth industrial revolution? Okay, so it looks like about 50% or less of the people. You will probably see some books, especially the World Economic Forum has talked quite a bit about that. And there's quite a bit of, there's a book even out by their president talking about that. In Germany, they talk about Industry 4.0. I sold my company to General Electric. General Electric talks about, by the way, it's also an AI company. I'll talk more about that also in a panel discussion. I think there's a lot of lessons and things to share. But General Electric talks about the industrial internet. So, but I'm going to talk about all those. When they talk about that, they all talk about the fourth industrial revolution. So, and in this talk, I'm talking, the term that I'm using is smart technology era. So, I'm actually writing a book right now, trying to commit myself to finish that, on shaping our future in the smart technology era. And what's the implications for us here in Africa as well? So my big concern is that Africa will be left behind if we don't latch on and utilize the technologies that's offered by the fourth industrial revolution. It's almost like a two-edged sword. It is a way to leapfrog, but it's also giving obviously other economies, other developed markets the opportunity to really move at an incredibly fast pace. As we've seen with Uber, Airbnb, and all these kind of companies that's disrupting industries. So it's quite urgent. So we need to do something about this. So that's what this is about. So I've got a few slides talking about that. So the fourth industrial revolution, I like to maybe read that first sentence there. We stand on the brink of a technology revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work, and relate to one another. A key technology that's going to help enable that is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to play a hugely important role. Also, if you think about the scale, the scope, the complexity, the systems-wide impact, industry-wide impact, it's going to be huge. And you can already see it making an impact. So what is the definition? So we talk about the fourth industrial revolution. Few people don't, so you probably know about the first, the second, and the third. The first, second, and third is all about mechanizing production, then creating mass production. That was the second revolution. Then the digital revolution was all about automating production, and we're now entering into smart automation. And it's not only that, it's actually fusing of technologies, and it's a multiple technologies of which artificial intelligence is one. So if you look at the definition there, new technologies that are fusing the physical, the digital, and the biological worlds, impacting all disciplines, economies, and industries, and even challenging ideas about what it means to be human. Especially when you talk about augmented reality, virtual reality, you talk about human brain, computer interfaces, those type of things, it's getting very interesting. So there's a lot of ethical things that one needs to discuss, etc. So I thought about, I've got a certain vision, specifically for Africa. There's so many things that we need to address, so many different problems. And with MIIA, on the MIIA website, it's machineintelligenceafrica.org. You will see one of the pages there talks about the problems that we have in Africa, and also some solutions and so forth. More from a machine intelligence perspective, data science perspective. But if you think about what we need here, we need visionary leadership, we need execution, and specifically what we need is a proper educational entrepreneurship ecosystem that capitalizes on the fourth industrial revolution technologies, and we need to use that. So first of all, everyone should have affordable access to digital world, and currently 60% of the world population is offline, don't have access, so which is a huge problem. Obviously, we're addressing it. If you think about what's happening in Africa with feature phones and also the growth of smartphones, which is just tremendous. I think another thing, if you think about the skills that's necessary, we talk about technology that's tremendously disruptive. We talk about complex environments. So it's not just your foundational literacies. We talk about people need to be able to deal with complex environments, need to be able to deal with changing environments. So, and there are 16 skills that you need, and it's extremely important that we teach on a primary, secondary education. We've got to make sure on a tertiary education that people do have those skills, because it's super important. Yeah, I've mentioned the leapfrog. We've got problems. We've got deadlock, education, healthcare, energy, agriculture, unemployment, on competitiveness. And I think with these technologies, we do have an opportunity to do something about it. So the next few slides will be about the smart technology CUE. It's just that's more a proposal. MIIA is more what we're actually doing, so I'll be talking a bit more about that. So with the smart technology CUEs, I want to, as I've mentioned, have a discussion with universities talking about technology, entrepreneurship, accelerator. We need this. And I've got a few things, just initial proposals of what I think it should look like. So I'll discuss that in the next slide. But the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa was one. The whole idea there was just, as part of an ecosystem, you need to have the community represented. There's people that want to do stuff, they want to build businesses. They want to be entrepreneurs. They want to use artificial intelligence. If you look at this, the people just here, people interested in AI and its applications and stuff. So it is a vehicle for people to just collaborate, come together, chat. You never know. You might meet people there that you want to start up companies with, you want to work with. Alex Conway, I've got a discussion with these guys as well. They've got a very interesting project, and we're going to talk more about. That's a great use case for me. You never know what's going to happen because of that. So MIIA is really a place where you can, we do communicate on Slack and so forth. So I've got a few slides just talking a little bit about that. But the focus here is machine intelligence and data science, research and applications to help transform Africa. And then finally, I think with fourth industrial revolution technologies, we can do a lot in terms of smart education. If you think about just personalized learning, cognitive computing, that's all. AI is going to make a tremendous impact there. If you look at IBM Watson is being used for cognitive computing. Well, there's some other platforms as well. And they do have some very interesting solutions. But there's many other companies as well. So I think it's hugely important. Secure collaborative collaboration platform. I think also with universities, they're probably not in the business that they think they are now, if you think about the disruption, because education will be disrupted. So you need to think about, how am I going to utilize this network of people that we've got? What about my alumni network? So you want to tap into that, because if you think about, it's not this one-time learning anymore. We talk about lifelong learning and life-wide learning, those type of things. So there's huge opportunities for new business models. And then think about blockchain, for instance, secure digital certification. Universities know how to do certification, but they need to look at these type of things. So there's a bunch of stuff. And then finally, government. I think we all want efficient, transparent, agile, tech-empowered government in the public sector. And I think we can create decentralized governance and regulatory services using, say, blockchain technology. It's coming anyway. And we need to do something about that. So this is another example. So smart technology CUE. I'm going to be quick with the rest of it. We can talk about this afterwards, maybe in a panel discussion with these people interested to know more about this. This is more specific idea. I think there's three important components. The first one is just the learning and research. So what we need is technology entrepreneurship master's program. We need a machine intelligence and data science master's program as well. And if you think about the prerequisites of innovation, collaboration is one. The other one is interdisciplinary work and research. So, and there's a lot of innovation and breakthroughs that's happening at the cusp of those disciplines. And unfortunately, if you look at universities, it's really focused on, there's a lot of in-silo, in-departmental type of innovation that's happening. So, that's where they try to make breakthroughs. And I think we need to break that up. And I think with this smart technology CUE, you can try to do something like that. So on the learning research, we want to also work on truly breakthrough. It's not just about papers and things you produce. It needs to be stuff that's really making a difference. And then the startup incubation, the whole idea there is to actually flip it a little bit around. Normally we talk about startup labs where you're looking for people that's coming with interesting ideas, but we know what the problems are. We know the technologies. So if you flip it around, say in this technology CUE, we are thinking about, we're actually developing business plans to address the problems in Africa, utilizing these technologies, and then you can say, smart education, smart agriculture, smart healthcare, what does it mean? So you actually develop it from there. You can actually just incubate it, and then it can grow from there. So I've got some ideas in that regard as well. And then collaboration. I've talked about collaboration already. So this is just from a university perspective. At the top you see university faculties, departments, working in silos and so forth. And the whole idea is that you've got them interacting with the smart technology CUE. Some of the universities do have technology transfer companies and launch labs and so forth, but you need a really focus effort in generating companies and doing proper research and getting people upskilled in what they need to have. Then, if you think about more broadly, it will be really great if you've got smart technology CUEs at every university or at a number of universities that can do it. And then they are collaborating with other components, other entities within the ecosystem. So government, regional technical hubs like SiliconCape, for instance. You've got MIIA as a community organization. There's technology providers, VC, startup incubators, etc. So you definitely want to get that going. And then you can think more broadly. You can set it up in different countries. From a MIIA perspective, we've got one of the guys from Professor McSherry. He is heading up a World Bank funded Center of Excellence for Data Science in Rwanda, for instance. So there's initiatives like that. So you can hook up with that and start collaborate. So there's lots of opportunities. In terms of, I want to get into the second part, and it will be very short, a few minutes. So I've talked about the Smart Technology COE, the Machine Intelligence Institute of Africa. What about the collaboration? So we've got the community here. Currently it's about 200 plus members and followers, more members than followers, but lots of people that's interested and really want to do something in Africa, making a difference using these technologies. But if you've got a Smart Technology COE, you can start saying, okay, we get community involvement to help shape it. We do have programs that people can participate in to skill them up, to make sure they do have all the necessary understanding of entrepreneurship and what it means to actually operate in the fourth industrial revolution. Maybe join the COE incubated companies, join the university and ecosystem collaboration platform, those type of things. And then from a MIIA perspective, and the next few slides will be all about that. And it's, as I've already mentioned, the community interaction, participation in projects, and so forth. And so I've already introduced MIIA now, so I just want to, I've already mentioned we are 200 plus members. There's a bunch of partners already, and we've got, as I've mentioned, we've got Insights, Send-Free and Insights to Impact represented here. And I believe we're looking at some collaboration stuff. I know there's some stuff in setup, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be awesome. I've been working a little bit with Get Smarter. They're also a pretty interesting company as well, presenting all sorts of courses. Yeah, so, okay, so, done. So I'm gonna, all of this stuff is on the website, machineintelligenceafrica.org. So if you want to even participate, how to participate, everything is listed there as well. So, and I can make the slides available afterwards as well. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. There's also this community chat on MIIA, so people are collaborating and chatting and sharing stuff. Alex, is you? And I'll probably end with this slide. I know I need to go. So if you look at the projects, on the website we've already seeded it with specific projects in application, research and technology. I think the research would probably be better suited to the Smart Technology COE, where you've got proper programs and do proper research and all of those type of things. But I think the application-related projects and even the technology stuff is very relevant. In terms of African problems, I've got them listed in the red box. Poor education, skills development, poor healthcare, all of those type of stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff there. And you will see that some of the projects actually speaks to these kind of problems that we have. And I'm not going to go through detail here, but you can see some of the projects listed here. Application projects, financial inclusion, it's up there. So I've got a few financial inclusion stuff there. There's social network analysis, healthcare, and a bunch of other ones. And if you think, maybe we can talk about this in a panel discussion. And then on the research side, I've got some really interesting ideas of how we can improve the state of the art in machine intelligence, in artificial intelligence. And there's still a lot of breakthroughs that needs to happen to really take this to the next level. Deep learning is great, but there's going to be a lot better technology coming out soon as well. And there's opportunity for us to participate in that. And I've got some ideas listed there. It's also on the website. And then technology projects, Spark, TensorFlow, IBM Watson. There's so many stuff available. So this is awesome. Okay, I think I'm going to conclude with this. So back to you, Alex. Thanks.
Thank you, Jacques. That was a wonderful introduction. And please